Good evening and welcome to the final presidential debate of 2013. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Odinga, we've heard...
Well, we talk of the living wage.
Opportunities that have been created within the...
First of all, let's look at the statistics. The World Bank, about a country, Kenya, where because as we tax businesses, we need to nurture those.
I'd like to make one observation, and this is that clearly Kenya does not have a good wage policy. Yeah, of electricity, but the cost of fuel is so prohibitive. Now, we have had people talking about reducing overall.
Would you recommend, would you freeze the salaries of the top 10% as the ILO recommended in 1972? Okay, Ms. Karua, would you...
Sitting in Parliament.
Thank you. Mr. Kenneth?
The only way is they pay it back.
Okay, back pay. Mr. Kiapi?
I will do three things. Number one,
what exactly took place, whether you accepted a bribe of 20 million shillings from Kamlesh Patni?
it is absolutely not true.
Only in our people, but in the foreigners who live here.
Let me say that first is to invest. We as leaders manipulate the people to fight. Institution rigging, and for me, I'm putting my faith and trust in them, urging my...
We love money. If Jesus was a leader, he could not crown himself. The Remuneration Commission will say, we have proposed to reduce that madness. Number two, we also want to have leaders who mind serve humanity.
Mr. Muda?
Well, elections must always be seen. Now, as we move forward, I think another thing that we would need to work on is to complete if there are no checks and balances. Are they going...
Time is up. Mr. Muite?
I believe that the slowdown stems...
Mr. Kenyatta, do you own or your family?
First and foremost, this issue of land. My family and myself own land. I have these extensive tracts of land, half provinces. Today my sister's talking about half the country. He has been in charge of this government to prove those justifications.
Prime Minister, Mr.
Saying that we are better
Your time is up. I believe.
Good brother Raila said that I have many cases pending before court. I'd like him maybe just to cite a few.
Nani? In court, I'm saying that me and...
Let me expand this conversation a little bit and bring in Professor Kiapi to deal with it and just tying into the conversations we've had here tonight.
Three ways. Number one, I would like to look... we need to go back to the colonial times.
How will that happen?
Yes, I would make very strong representation as a government.
Thank you. Your time is up.
Georgia Lad Commission implemented the Dongo Lad Commission.
Your time is up, Mr.
And
Mwete.
so that we can settle the IDP.
Thank you very much.
Well, the historic injustice regime took advantage of that. The Moi regime took advantage of that. And may I just read the cry of a Kenyan here. It's not my 2 minutes. It is the Kenyan. Just assume that somebody has...
Well, it's within your 2 minutes, Mr. Dida.
Colonial villages, which was started in the early 1950s. And then he says, he challenged Uhuru of neglecting residents, saying he holds huge chunks of land formerly owned by residents. This is a government. But the Prime Minister goes around saying, I'm not yet the government, I've just got half a bread. I will work on this. That can never work. Who has stolen the land? Permanent secretaries, directors, everybody in this office is a big thief of land. It in fact dwarfs the Anglo-leasing and the Golden Bug issue.
Just need to go to the Speaker's office
Mr. Dida,
and
you've
access those
been
files.
raising... I'll come to Mr. Odinga in a minute. Mr. Dida.
This is
involved. We have that constitution and it...
And I think the country should sympathize with him.
His family and one Basil criticals, literally.
Clarify that first. The second aspect is it is settled. And those are the only ones who were on our particular land, which we actually donate.
Now we need to move on a little bit here.
the Constitution will have to provide a minimum holding and a maximum holding. Serious stakeholders on matters of land.
Thank you very much. Now,
This plant was acquired through an auction.
action was rather random. Do these people know that they actually have a stake in that plan?
Yes, they do know. So this is actually still work in progress. It is not concluded.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kenneth.
Here to understand, because I would like to get this opportunity kunyorosha mambo ya mashamba, and that's why I issued that statement in Voi.
My name's Fatuma Abdul Rahman, born and raised and lived in Kibra for the last 39 years. I am a mother, I am a paralegal that works within the community, and I am also a human rights activist.
Ms. Karua, what do you tell Fatima?
Clinging to land as the only means of production is diversified to other ways of getting livelihood.